Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another series in the 3 looks 1 palette category, and I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Star palette. I know that this one is discontinued, but I enjoy using makeup that I already have, so hopefully this will inspire you to do the same, or if you have the Star palette, maybe it'll inspire you to pull it back out or give you some new ideas for looks. If you enjoy channels that use stuff they already have, this might be a good place for you. I do some stuff with new makeup, but I'm really trying to focus on curating my collection and using those things up. So that's kind of what my channel is centered around. But yeah, I have mine rearranged to help me out. I think it looks a little better, aesthetically pleasing for me this way. This one is newer to me and I'm still kind of trying to figure out my feelings on it, and I found that doing this 3 looks 1 palette series has helped me make some decisions on palettes in the past, so that's why I want to use this one. But yeah, if you like this video at any time while watching, don't forget to hit the like button before you go, and let's jump into look number 1. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started with look number 1. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if that even sounded like that song, but like, you know, I'm thinking like Mambo number 5, throwback. So my palette is rearranged. I did that recently just because I'm really bothered by how similar the shade and the shade are, and the shade and the shade are. So I kind of put them like in their own 9 pans, and I feel like I like viewing it like that better. So that's another reason I wanted to do this palette pretty quick into the new year's, because it's on the chopping block. It's more repetitive than I realized. But I think for today, we're gonna use this more grungy side to kind of tie in with my shirt. I've already primed my eyes, and I'm gonna just go in with that shade and start setting the lid and building it up. But yeah, I just think that this side will complement my outfit a little better, so that's why I'm gonna go with it. But yeah, this is definitely one, I don't know, like I eyed it for a long time, so that's why I'm so confused why I never noticed the repetitiveness of the palette. But I guess I was just, they say love is blind, and I guess that's just, you know, what was happening. So yeah, I want to give it a shot though. So that's why I'm like, you know, I'll rearrange it, test it out, because not only does it have some repetitive shades, but it has some shades that are really frustrating, which if you watch my Natasha Denona ranking during Vlogmas, then you'll know there is a formula in here that I don't like. It's some of the shimmers are just like really, really crumbly. And even though they're sparkly and look absolutely gorgeous on the lid, like I just can't with all the fallout. So there's also that. I was also thinking at this point, like, you know, I don't really think I should resell it just because it is, I looked up the barcode and, well, not the barcode, but the item number. And it is a little bit older. I forget when. I should look again, but I don't think I'd feel comfortable reselling it. If anything, I would just toss the shades I don't like, and it could be used as a nice palette to rearrange some of my larger indie shadows in. So either way, either way, it's staying in here. I just might not keep, you know, all the shades. I was trying to think. Someone like said this was like their favorite shade in the palette, which it does look beautiful. So I think I may use that one today. I'm gonna swatch. Those are the browns. Let's use this brown. So on the outer, I'm gonna go in with this brown down here. And sorry, I don't know the names of these, but I wouldn't have known the names of them anyways because it's not on the inside of the packaging. And I cut out that plastic thing. I hate those. I cut them out of all my indie palettes. I'm just like, what the fuck? They literally drive me nuts. And I know, like, they say they have the shade name and they do all of that, but I'm just like, I cannot be bothered. They get in the way, flapping all everything. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna let it go. Then I'm gonna use this brush here just to blend that out a little bit. What did I do over there? I got a wild thing. That's how my brain works. In music lyrics and movie quotes. Can anybody relate to that? Yeah, I don't know what I did right there to make that so, like, potent in that one spot. So I'm gonna go back in with this one and just kind of. There we go. Because, I mean, the shades look really nice together. I don't know. Maybe I should have used a brush that's, like, not as defined right there. I got some new brushes, so I'm still kind of, like, you know, testing out what they work best for and whatnot when you first get one. So, it's a little trial and error. I feel like that's not what that one works best for because I'm definitely having to put in more work than I feel like I usually do. All right, so I'm going to try a different brush on this side with the same shade. And this is one that's not new. It's one that I know that I like. Because I don't want to say it's the shadow because I'm pretty sure it was just the brush that I was using. But if it does it on this side, then it might be the shadow. This is like a Wet n Wild brush that I found at the dollar store for $1. And literally one of the best brushes I have. Like, yeah, definitely was the brush over here. Sigh. And I'm going to the winery after this, so I have to wear it like that. Damn it. But I guess it just be like that sometimes. But yeah, see how much easier this brush blends it out. Nice. Then I am going to go back in with just a little bit of the initial setting shade. I'm going to take that around the edges a little bit. Just to kind of buffer it out. There we go. And it'll look better when it's all cleaned up and my mascara's on and, you know, all of that jazz. But that's usually how it goes. You gotta kind of just trust the process. I still don't get why that has like that random spot right there. Now I am gonna go ahead and reach into some glitter glue and I'm gonna just apply that to my lids really quick before I go in with this shimmer because it seems like more on the subtle side. So I'm hoping this will give it a little bit of pop. And then I think I might take some of like the blue brown shade and do that in the center too, just for some spice. Okay. So yeah, like I mentioned, I'm gonna go into this shade first, which I don't know, someone was like, this is my, on IG there, like it's literally like my favorite shade in my collection. So I was like, whoa, I need to use that. See what all the fuss is about. I do think the tone is very pretty. And I can definitely see how it could be someone's favorite. It is pretty. I don't know if it'll be my favorite, but it is beautiful. And I'm going to go in with a little brush too and do the edges and stuff on this inner portion to make sure we get that covered. Now I think we'll try it with a brush first, and then if I'm not digging it, I'll go on my finger. But I'm going to go into this shade here. Put just a smidgen of that up the center. To add, like I said, just a little bit of something. Yeah, can you guys see that? Pretty. Okay, there we go. I think I kind of have it where I want it. I'm going to pop off, clean up the under eye, finish the look, and then I'll be back for some final thoughts. Okay, guys, so here is finished look number 1. I really love how it came out. I truly feel like this shade here is like the most unique in the palette, and that's the one that I had in the mini palette, which is why I like didn't want to declutter it, but I ended up decluttering it because, you know, but I really just think, especially in the close-up, hopefully you'll be able to see, it adds something so special to the look. It's a truly beautiful shade. Probably my favorite in the palette. I do want to use this shade before in one of these looks because, I don't know, it looks like it has a nice green pull. But yeah, I do want to test that out before, you know, the end of this. That's like a typical gold. Probably won't ever use that. But yeah, so far I'm really satisfied with the first look, and I am going to try, there's plenty of shades here, so I am going to try to use different shades in every single look. I did actually go in with this shade right here on the lower lash line, and see how much warmer that shade is than the one on the top. Really pretty. I think it added just something a little saucy to it. But yeah, so that is look number 1 with the star palette. Let's go ahead and jump into look number 2. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into looks 2, and I'm going to do number 3 today as well. We're going to split up the eyes. I have a very busy day, lots of cleaning, lots of content to film, so I thought that would just be the most efficient thing to do. So to start, I know we used this quad last time, so I think I want to do something with this quad over here this time. So I am going to go ahead and pick up this shade here, and that's what I'm going to use to, you know, set down my primer. I'm going to pack this all over the lid. Really nice light shade, a little bit of a pinky brown hue, but overall really pretty, I think, my personal opinion. And I'm gonna just do this eye first. I was about to go in and do it on that eye as well. I'm so bad about that. And then I think to do the outer, I'm gonna use this shade here, which is this really pink magenta type situation. So let's go into that. But yeah, I have today off of work, so I've been doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of why is this not sticking on my lid? A lot of cleaning and a lot of content creation stuff, which is what I typically do on my days off. I was gonna take the dogs to get their nails trimmed, but the place is closed today apparently. Do you guys see what's happening? Ah! So I'm gonna try this one over here and see if we can get something else to happen. Well, barely. I was trying to look up, because I bought this palette used. I was trying to look up the batch code on it the other day, and I cannot find anywhere where you can look up batch codes for Natasha Denona palette. If you know of a place that you can, let me know. Because I almost wonder if that's what's going on with this shade. Because it just doesn't seem to be very... I don't know. Like it's working, but like there's just not a lot of pigment, which I guess I'm not really used to. But I mean, it looks pretty. I definitely just had to work for it a little more. Not like the other shade that went on, you know, no issues at all. That is really pretty though, once it's built up. I'm gonna swatch both of those really quick. So this was the first one we tried. This is the second one we tried. Probably wouldn't really use that shade anyway, just knowing like myself. But I think that maybe that shade could be a little dried up, which this is another reason I wanted to use this palette, because I bought it used. Don't really know how old it was, so I wanted to potentially weed out any of the expired shades. And I think that one might be, this one over here that we tried first might be one of the expired shades. So that is good to know. I will probably let's actually go ahead and pop it out right now so that I don't forget. All right. And then I'll scrape it out and pop the pan back in. But okay, so the next thing I wanted to do then, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of glitter glue, because I thought that the green would potentially, like a lot of stuff could look really beautiful with this shade. But I thought that maybe the greenish gold shade would look particularly beautiful with this kind of moment. So let's go back to over here. And even though these two shades are essentially the same, I think this one feels a little creamier, but I'm gonna use this one over here and just start popping it on the lid. Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty. Then I'm gonna use just a little bit more of our outer corner shade. Just kind of pop it in there, round it out. But yeah, wow, I think that looks stunning. So started out a little shaky, but we're coming back around. This close to putting the dogs outside. But I am gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna just scrape the components out of here. I don't want to declutter the whole palette, and that's kind of why I'm moving through it, just to see what's good and what's not. And this one is not, so I'm gonna just go ahead and scrape it out so that I know, like, this is the bad one. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so now for this side, I'm gonna go in with this shade up here to set everything down. The fact that that shadow is clearly expired leads me to believe that the person that was reselling this probably shouldn't have been, because I'm guessing if we already have an expired shadow, this palette's probably fairly old, because I've only had it for like 2-3 months. That is, I guess, one of the things that you risk when you buy, you know, resold makeup, especially when you can't locate a batch code. So kind of is what it is, you know, just be mindful of that. But let's see here, because I think I want to use Maybe we should use this shade. I'm not really a gold person. I don't know what's happened with that. I think that I want to use maybe this shade here, really pretty. It's one of those like crumblier ones. I'm gonna go in with this shade on the outer corner. I know we talked about it a little bit in the last look that I did, because I was like, you know, it's actually a lot warmer than I anticipated on the lash line. So we'll see how it pulls when I get it all over the lid. But yeah, see, like, look at this shade. This shade is fine. Look at all that pigmentation we're getting. It looks good. Well, as long as I don't have, like, you know, a reaction or something. But this one seems fine. So that's why it's going to be a little bit of a trial and error, it seems, to make sure that shades in here are good. Which we've tried quite a few of them. Because I've tried this one, 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 this one. So the only shade I haven't tried in here is this shade. And then on this side, I have not tried, I haven't tried this one, or this one, or this one. So I've got about 4 shades I haven't tried yet, but I will. So I am going to go ahead and go on with a little bit of glitter glue on this side as well for my lid. Then, like I said, we're going to go in with this shade here. This is one of the really crumbly ones that I had mentioned in my, when I did my video mentioning this palette. I go in with glitter glue, and that definitely helps. But you just have to be so careful and so light-handed. Like, I went in and I literally tapped my finger on my thing so that I wouldn't have any potential fallout. And now I'm going to go in with just a little brush, and I want to get the inner portions. I'm tapping it. Like, I don't normally need to really tap my stuff, but this one you do, because it's a crumbly gal. Ooh, that's pretty. Super pretty shade, but crumbly. Crumbly bumbly. Yeah, I think that looks so nice. And I'm actually going to use a little bit of that green shade over here in this one too. Yeah, stunning. Okay, well, that was a little all over, but I am going to pop off, do the finishing touches, and then I'll be back for final look. Okay, friends, here are finished looks number 2 and 3. I really loved how both of them turned out. I know look number 2 started a little rocky, but I really think it came back around. I love the combination of a more deep magenta pink with the green. I actually haven't done that eye combination since like 2020, but I love the way that it looks. Cute. I think that is so stinking gorgeous. Just for some of the finishing touches on that lower lash line there, I did go in with a mixture of these two on this eye, and then I just popped this same color that we used on the outer over here. I think it looks really pretty. I paired black over here and brown over here. I really love how both of the looks turned out, and I love how, you know, my third look came out. My first look, I'll zoom you guys in so you can see a little closer. Hopefully you can see the sparkle payoff. I know it's super pretty in person, so hopefully that'll come through on the camera as well. But yeah, overall, I am going to hang on to this palette for now. I definitely think it's going to be a good one for some staple neutrals with some pretty pops. I'm glad that we were able to discover that this shade is no good. I will eventually rotate through the other shades and the 4 more that I have left, and I don't anticipate any of them being like that. I mean, the shimmers I swatched felt nice. So really it's just this matte, and hopefully those are fine. But yeah, we shall see. Either way, thank you guys for hanging out to watch me create 3 looks with the Natasha Denona Star Palette. If you have this one, hopefully it'll give you some new, fresh inspiration. I do like using older stuff, so if this is your first video here and you enjoy people using what they already have, this might be a good channel for you. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Thank you both. Wow, thank you both. Thank you both. What is wrong with me today? It's gonna be a really long day. This is the first video I'm filming, and I plan to do 2 more, but if this is how it's gonna keep going, I don't know if we'll make it there. But anyways, yeah, thanks guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.